This entire series was out of control from the start to the finish. In a game that had low stakes to Los Angeles fans, the Boston Uprising versus LA Gladiators provided an entertaining set of games. In the end, the Uprising showed why they can never be the team you count out regardless of any win streak that comes their way. The game started at Oasis's University, where the Uprising displayed a new composition. With Richard RCK Canerva on May, they dove onto the point. A well-timed ice wall shut the Gladiators out completely, and Boston was free to take the point. From there, it was coming up white and blue in the kill feed. RCK continued to impress with blizzard after blizzard, earning kills and plenty of stalls. Los Angeles couldn't fight back, and Boston took that round 100-0. The city center brought a different story, as the Gladiators were quick to take the point first. It wasn't until a little after the halfway point that the Uprising found value in their triple DPS composition. Off an impressive EMP from RCK, Jeffrey Blase Sang was free to use his rocket barrage. The point was then flipped in favor of Boston, who held it tightly at 99%. Their own aggression made a stand, and the Uprising were unable to come back. The round was taken by Los Angeles. It all ended with Gardens. Finally, Blase emerged on his signature hero, Doomfist. Despite losing the initial engagement, Boston flipped the point at 48%, in large part to Cameron Fusion's Bosworth gatekeeping at their spawn. The action didn't kick up until both teams reached 99% on the point. The overtime battle lasted for minutes, and RCK was the savior the Uprising needed. With a 6-man EMP, the Uprising managed to come out on top, winning Oasis on a final score of 2-1 over Los Angeles. Hanamura showed more diversity in Boston's hero pool. With more DPS, they struggled against Los Angeles and their bunker composition. It took until overtime for them to crack onto the point, and with a rocket barrage from Blase, they pushed forward towards the second. Unfortunately, the second point brought them troubles, as they never got to find value in their DPS ultimates. After waiting too long to switch to GOATs, the Uprising only managed to get away with a tick and a half on the second point. Boston's first point defense seemed to crumble with ease despite their aggression. They gave up easily, choosing to default to the second point. With 6 minutes on the clock, the Gladiators looked poised to win. However, after wasting resources, Boston found value in their attacks over and over again. In overtime, a well-placed Earthshatter from Fusions wiped them off the map, and Boston held successfully. Boston ended up winning Hanamura on a final score of 2-1. Up at the half, things were looking amazing for Uprising fans. Their Blizzard World attack, though, got a slow start, only finding real ground in overtime. The second point told more of the same story, with the overtime meter lighting a fire under them. Kelsey Colorhex Burst in particular was fighting for his life. With a short time bank, it only took one wipe from the Gladiators to send Boston away, and their push stopped halfway towards the end of the map. Their defense was less than savory. Boston dropped their hold on the first point in under 2 minutes, giving the Gladiators time to roll through the map as they pleased. Any hopes of fighting back at the second point were dashed when Void ate Color Hex's Graviton. From there, Los Angeles showed dominance, sliding past the checkpoint with ease. Los Angeles Gladiators won on Blizzard World with a final score of 3-2. Down but not out, the Uprising made their final stand at Rialto. On the attack first, they showed their GOAT's composition, pushing it nearly to the first point with ease. Overtime had to push them once more to finish, with another shatter from Fusions paving the way towards victory. The payload made it halfway to the second point before the team was wiped again. Once more, overtime lit their fire, and the incredible Boston support line earned the kills they needed to stay in the fight. Approaching at the end of the map, RCK released another self-destruct, earning a double kill. The Gladiators rallied together one last time to stop them, just shy of map completion. On the defense, Boston almost full held the Gladiators on the first point. However, the power of the overtime meter works both ways, and Los Angeles was able to push through. Despite a huge double boop from Christian Colorhex Keller on the bridge, the Gladiators used their overtime powers once more to make the second point. The third time, however, Boston was prepared. Stalled out under the bridge, Fusions made a play to knock the team out. From there, Colorhex uses Graviton to keep them away, and the series was theirs. Boston won Rialto on a final score of 3-2. What an incredible series from the Uprising. In a match that no one predicted they could win, the boys in blue proved once more why counting out Boston is never the play. Although the Justice were later knocked out of the Stage 2 playoffs with the Shanghai Dragons winning, hopefully their Sunday game against the Washington Justice provides them with another win and another chance to prove the critics wrong. The Boston Uprising upset the Los Angeles Gladiators with a final score of 3-1.